Okay, so I just came back from Scream 4, and I had already made a review for it without spoilers, and I was about to upload it, and then I thought, you know what? Fuck it. If I really want to talk about this movie, I'm going to talk about it with spoilers. Whatever, the movie's coming out in the US tomorrow, so by the time I probably upload this, people won't see it. If they do, I'm going to put in the title, so you really shouldn't be seeing it. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'll tell you when to stop. I'll give a general review on it and then I'll go into details. So I'll tell you when to stop watching because of spoilers. Okay, so generally the movie is much better than the third one. On par, if not better, with the second one. They're completely different movies, but maybe the second one is slightly better. The second one is tenser, like that scene in the sound booth. I love that scene. It's my favorite scene of the whole trilogy. This doesn't really have that. This is just more like, it's not. It doesn't have much tension to it. Like, it's much more like run, kill, stab. Yeah, run, stab, run, stab, run, stab. It doesn't have that. It doesn't play on tension that like I would have liked it to do. What else? The opening scene, like people have been saying, it is good and it is smart, and the kills are far more gory. That is true. Like you actually see guts. It's just really nasty. I love it, but it's just nasty. And the ending is a mind fuck, and I'll go into that later. And without spoiling too much, I'll explain it later. But what I'm just gonna say that the ending of Scream 4 plays on the same idea that the opening scene in Scream 1 had. Not with no, it's not about a person dying, but I'll explain later in the spoiler part of this video. But if you have watched the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, just the reveal of the killer or killers is very, well, at least part of it plays with the same idea that the opening scene had, and I'll explain that later in the spoiler part. What else is general about this movie? The pacing was off, I believe. A lot of people have been saying that, and it is true. The movie starts, and then, like, with the opening kills, and the movie starts, and Gale and Dewey are introduced fine, but I think Sydney is just kind of thrown there. Even in the whole movie, I mean, I love her. She's my favorite character. Not in this movie, though. I had another favorite character. That was Kirby. But in this movie, she just feels like she's just thrown there for good measure. And, like, they just wanted Neve Campbell, so they just put her there. So she doesn't really feel organic, like. She just kind of appears for the book signing and then stays along. Yeah. What else? There is character development. Like, when the character dies, unless you don't like them, but they do give you enough time to either be like, yeah, die, bitch, or, oh, hell no, what the fuck did you kill that? Him, not her, not that. But, also for the killer or killers, like, it's not like, people have been asking forums, like, it is like Scream 2, where, like, these two characters just kind of disappeared halfway through the movie to then reappear as the killers. Same in Scream 3. No, well, in Scream 3, whatever, but, like, they are given enough time for you. Like, everybody is a suspect. Like, anybody could be anybody. So, when you actually, there is no, like, who the fuck is that? You actually, oh yeah, okay. The movie is fun. I think that to truly enjoy this movie, you do have to be a fan of the originals, or at least have watched them. Because in the like, when people or characters you care are being attacked or they're fighting, you feel for them, and you you're feeling tense for it. I know it said but whatever. You are feeling tense for them. If this is your first Scream movie and you're just watching like Sidney or Gale or Dewey fighting against Ghostface, you're just like, who are these people? But if you have seen the originals, then it's more organic and it feels like the stakes are higher for you as a viewer. So, as a standalone movie, it is not as good as Scream at all. It is very flawed, but it's still really good. Even Scream 2, to a certain extent, was fun as a standalone movie. Like, it was very. I love it, playing with attention. And, so Scream 4, I don't think as a standalone movie is. I mean, it does have the aspect of parodying reboots and remakes and shit like that. And I love how it self parodies itself to a much larger extent than the first three did. Like, with meta references like the Courtney Cox and David Arquette marriage, there's meta reference to that. And the ending, once it gets to the ending, that you. Okay, so there's a scene where you think the movie ends, and then there's another, like, 5 or 6 minutes for the true ending, and it really is, like, wild. Like, I mean, even the part before that is like mindfuck, but then there's an extra 5 or 6 minutes where like it's just like Jason in space, like some shit like that, right? But not to that level. But even the character's voice that like this is just getting fucking ridiculous. This is getting silly. Um. So even if the movie does go too far and kind of jumps the shark, you you're going along in that ride because the movie is then smart enough to say it. I know that's an excuse for going far if you're making reference to it, but at least the movie knows what it's doing. So I think that's all my general review for it. So I'm gonna go deep into the spoilers now. So if you don't want spoilers, then you better stop watching now. Okay, so now let me discuss the movie using spoilers. Okay, so the opening with the Stab 6 and Stab 7 and then Scream 4, how there's a movie within a movie within a movie. Love it. And I love how they're incorporating that and how they're saying that. What else? I felt though that the real opening kill was pretty dull. Like, there's a Stab 6, and there's a Stab 7, and then there's the real one with the 2 girls being the first real murders in Woodsboro. I thought that was stupid. I mean, I thought it wasn't very well done. So, but the idea that they tried to convey, that was really good. So that part is good. Then, what else? The use of Sidney, how she just comes back, was pretty, ugh. She just, like I said before, she's just kind of thrown in there, so I didn't really enjoy that. There are a lot of uses of red herrings. A bit too obvious, though. And then, I was saying before how the ending of Scream 4 is trying to use and recycle the same idea from the opening of Scream 1, was the fact that Jill being the killer, together with, I forgot his name, the movie buff guy, whatever. Anyway, with Jill being the killer, because you would never expect Emma Roberts to be the killer. Like, you'd think about it, be like, could she be the killer? Like, you actually think about it, like, but no, then it would be too obvious. Like, that the good girl would be the killer, that the savior would be the killer, so you forget about it. And then in reality, it is. Just like in Scream 1 with Drew Barrymore, you would think that she'd never die in the first minutes. You wouldn't even think about it, but then she does. So that's what I meant when I was saying that. And I don't know if I've talked about this, but yeah, I did say how there was no setup for Scream 5. It's because every single kid from the new generation dies. I don't think I've missed one. Like, every single kid dies. So the only people that truly live in this movie are Sydney, Gale, and Dewey, and the female deputy person. So that's why I said, like, there really is no setup for Scream 5, like, unless they come up with an original idea of their own. And I really cannot believe they killed Kirby. I mean, it's just like when, um, just like in Scream 2 when they killed off, Jamie Kennedy. I forgot his name. Shit. Anyway, yeah, when they killed him off, like, she was the most interesting character out of the victims, and when she died, like, and when it was revealed that when she died, I just they're like, no, fuck. So that was really good because really didn't expect her to. Because then again, like they've been saying, like, oh, there's gonna be Scream 5 and Scream 6, and that was like the new generation, right? Like bullshit. That was all bullshit. They've been trying to say that so that people wouldn't even imagine that everybody would die. People would guess that at least Jill and Kirby would live, Hayden Panettiere and Emma Roberts' characters, that they would live, and then one dies and one's the killer. So I personally believe that the whole rumors about Scream 5 and 6 and the whole new generation is bullshit, just to make people not realize who the real killer is and how the movie's gonna plan out. So yeah, and I thought that the reason is very relevant to that is being like famous and wanting to live 15 minutes of fame. I thought it was really good, and the ending, oh god, the ending was just so good. Like I said, it grabs and just twists and turns, twists and turns, twists and turns. And Jill is so fucked up. She is so fucked up. I loved her, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Um, I think that's it. I just wanted to get my thoughts on the spoilerific parts of the movie out. Did I miss anything? Nope. So that is it. Go watch the fucking movie if you're a Scream fan. It's really different. Like, thinking back about it, it doesn't feel like a Scream movie. It's got the same actors, it's got the same characters with the new ones, and it's got Ghostface, and people do get stabbed, but it's just so new and fresh. Well, not as a movie itself, just compared to the originals. It's like a league of its. That's why, like I'm saying, that's what before I said it's on par with Scream 2, but they aren't two completely different movies. Like Scream 4 is just completely different from any of the other Screams. So yeah, watch it. I love it. I'm gonna go see it again later this week. So fucking watch it, bitches. That just sounds like a child being raped or something. So should be doing that. Okay, watch it. Watch it. I give it 4 out of 5 stars for the ending. Yep. 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 Yep.